Hello guys, today we are going to talk about firewall policies. So in last videos I've already covered firewall rules. So today I will focus on firewall policies, what are these and how we can use them. So I've also created a PPT to show you some basic concepts in firewall policies. So so what is the kind of firewall policy in which in basically in firewall policies we can group like several firewall rules. So like we can update them all at once. So like there are kind of three firewall policies as of now. So first one is hierarchical firewall policy. So it will be created at organization level. So what will happen if you like you have an organization account, so you want to create a hierarchical policy. So you will go there and create a policy at organization level, and also this policy can be attached to your folder also. So basically this policy is for folder and organization level. After that we have global network policy. So it is basically it has been created inside your VPC only, inside a project. So what will happen if you try to create a global network policy? It will be created in all the regions. After that, we have the regional firewall policy. So this firewall policy is basically for specific region only. So if you want, like you want to create a policy for Mumbai region, or you want to create a policy for Delhi region, so you can use regional network firewall policies. So what will happen? First of all, our like we have a organization network firewall policy. So first of all, traffic will hit this policy. So here we have three options: whether we want to allow the traffic, whether we want to deny, or we want to go to next. If you allow, it is basically allow the traffic and it will reach to your instance. If you deny, the traffic will be dropped. And after that, go to next. In go to next, what will happen? It will check the another policy. Suppose you have created one organization policy, then you have created firewall policy, folder firewall policy. After you have created VPC firewall rules and you are using go to next option in all the things. So like if traffic will hit all policy, then it will basically just bypass this policy and go to your another policy, which is folder firewall policy. Then it will bypass this and go to firewall rules. In firewall rules, it can go to network global network policy or regional network policy, depends how you want to create your architecture diagram, and all these things can be there. So suppose if you allowed some traffic at organization level policy and denied at VPC firewall rules, so that traffic will be allowed only because it has been already been allowed at the upper level. So if you deny at a lower level, it doesn't work. So you have to take care if some traffic is already allowed in organization level and you have blocked at VPC firewall rules or any another policy, it will not work because it is already allowed at organization level and it is already allowed, so it will not check any another rule. It just go down, it just allow the traffic here. Same for deny. If you denied something as organization level and you are allowing it with your VPC firewall rules, it will not work because it is already denied at the organization level. So you have to make the rules very carefully when you work with firewall policies. So in firewall policies, there are two type of rules, as we already know. In VPC firewall rules also we have two type of rules: ingress and egress. Ingress basically known for incoming traffic and egress is outgoing traffic. So action on match, we have three actions as I've shown in the previous slide. Like we have three actions. These action we didn't get in your firewall rules, VPC firewall rules, but here we got these actions. The first action is allow. So basically it allows the traffic. Once, see, if we have written also, if it permits the traffic, it stops further rule evaluation. So it doesn't check any another rule. Same for deny. If it denies the traffic, it doesn't check any another rule. And for go to next, it continues the rule evaluation process until it get a rules. Otherwise, it at last we have implied egress and implied ingress rules. They will match at the last. So in firewall policy rules, we have some priority range. So it can be from 0 to this number. This is very big number as compared to your firewall rules, VPC firewall rules, where we have 65,535. So compared to that, it is very big number. So as we already know, the VPC and VPC firewall rules also lower integer means higher priority. Same go with firewall policy rule also. But there is a catch. We have to remember that in firewall policy rules, each rule must have a unique priority. So as we already know that in VPC firewall rules, you can give any number of rules the same priority. Like you have created 10 rules, you are giving the same priority of 1000, that will work. But not in firewall policy rules. Each rule must have a unique priority, otherwise, if you try to create a rule with the same priority, it will throw an error. I will show you in the upcoming video. Let's go with first. Today in this video, I will only show what about hierarchical firewall policy, and we will do some demo also. In the next part, I will go with global network firewall policy and regional network firewall policy. So otherwise video will become very big. So it is a consistent firewall policy across your organization. I already told you. This can be applied as an organization, or you can also apply it to individual folders also. Like you want to apply this only to development folder, not on production folder. So you can create this also. We can even evaluate evaluation to lower level policy VPC network policies with go to next option. I already told you. We can be even if you want to target, you can also specify specific VPC networks. Okay, doesn't mean you have to like target the whole organization or whole folder. If you want, you can also go with a specific VPC network. Like you want only this VPC network, I want that this firewall policy will take action. Or even you can go with service accounts also. Like if you want, like if this service account is used by the VMs, so then this firewall policy will take effect. We can also include IPv4, IPv6 ranges, same as our VPC firewall rules, but we cannot use both. Only one firewall policy can be associated with a node. Suppose you have created three firewall policy as of now, let's suppose, but a single firewall policy can be associated with a node. Node can be here a folder or organization. You can create multiple firewall policy, but at a time only once can be associated. You can't associate two firewall policy with a organization or a folder. In a firewall policy, you can create multiple rules, but firewall policy must be one. Also, we have some predefined go to next rules with the lowest priority. And these rules are like for IPv4 and IPv6. IPv6, I will show you that rules also. Okay, there are some limitations also. We can't use source tag and source service accounts. Only target service accounts are supported as of now. Also, we doesn't have a option of network tags like we use in VPC firewall rules. We doesn't have that option. We have to use whether a VPC network if you want to make it means more specific, or you can use service accounts, but we can't use network tags. So and this can be only be applied at the folder or organization level, but not the VPC network level. Basically, if VPC network level, I'm trying to say to the whole project level. We cannot apply it to the project, but yes, we can apply to specific VPC if you want to. I will show you that also. And in firewall logging, if you want to log your firewall rules, so only it is allow for allow and deny rules, but you can't log your go to next rules. Like go to next, I already showed. Like if you don't want to evaluate a specific rule, you can use go to next option. So we can't log that rules. So that's the slide. Let's do some demo. So as of now, you can see in firewall rules, if we go to firewall policy, so this firewall policy in my first project. So see, you can see it is global and regional. So today we are focusing on hierarchical firewall policy. So I will leave it. I will directly go to my hierarchical firewall policy and show you how it will we can use it. For that you need an organization account. If you doesn't have, you can create with the help of cloud identity. You just need a domain and create a account. It is a kind of free trial account. Only if you need help in creating organization account, ping me, comment, I will help you. So let's go to my organization account. So this is my organization account. So as of now, I don't have any firewall policy. So let's create a firewall policy. So we have to provide a name. We can provide any name. So give it like my first policy description. You can want to give or not. Totally depend upon you. Let's. So now you can see that we have the option of add firewall rules. So let add some rules. We have the option of priority. Priority you can also see in here. What is this? You can choose anything. Locks you can enable or off, totally depends upon you. Same it is you have seen in the firewall rule also in VPC. It's the same that only, but some little bit some options are not there. So direction of traffic, incoming, outgoing. So let's make it ingress as of now. We can also allow action on match. So see, you can see allow, deny, or go to next. We have all these three options. So let's allow. We can also provide source target service account if we want to, but we are not using. Even we can provide target networks, which I told you. You have to just click the network and select your project and your network name. In the source range, you can provide your source IP. Let it be 0.0 type only. It is I'm just and in protocols you can specify any specific protocol. Let's as of now create 80. I will delete this. So let's create it. You can see it has been given created as of now. So let's try to create one more rule, and you can see that it is a priority of 1000. If I try to do the same priority, it would throw an error. As of now, priority is 1000 only. Let's it is also ingress allow. Let it be same only allow space in that. Let's port 443 and try to create. Let's click create. It will not creating. So let's go. So it is also throwing an error. Firewall rules priorities must be unique within policy. So you can do anything like 2000. Let it be 2000 only. You can see it has been created. So basically, what will happen in this in firewall these firewall rules doesn't have a name. We have priority, so we will define them with priority only. You have to remember this. Now let's continue. After that, we have the option to associate this policy with our resources. So you have to add your like I have this my organization. I have to add this. If I click add, it will be added. Continue and create. So as you can see, my first policy has been created. If I go into inside my first policy, you can see also there are some ingress rules, automatic rules which I am talking about. So this is for IPv6 and this is for IPv4. The serial ingress and egress rules, which is saying go to next. If this basically it is telling like if nothing match, go to next. And what if will be the go to next? We have our VPG firewall rules. Now do some testing. I will create. I have already created one VPC. So let's SSH inside it and let's see. So I'm inside my VM. So let's try to ping Google Web Server IP 8.8.8. So let's see, you can see that as of now I'm able to ping this IP. So what will we do? First we try to block this IP from the VPC firewall rules. Then we will allow this IP from our organization from hierarchical firewall policy. So according to this, what will happen? First we block so the traffic will stop flowing. We will not able to ping the specific IP. But as soon as we allow from our hierarchical firewall policy, so the our first rule will match, which will allow the traffic. So like I have here shown you also. So what will happen? This organization policy will first be matched as soon as new traffic will come, and it will allow this traffic. You can see this will allow this traffic. So once it will allow the traffic, it will not check any further rules. As we already know that once the traffic has been permitted, it will stop further rule evaluation. So let's see whether it will work or not. So I will create a new firewall rule. So basically it will for block Google Web Server IP. So it is a egress traffic. So that we are going to ping the Google IP. So it is going outside from our VM to internet. And it will apply to all the instances in the network. If you have not seen my previous video with VPC firewall rules, you can see that video. And action on match. We want to deny this specific traffic. So we cannot ping that Google IP. And IP is 8.8.8.8/32. And what is the protocol? We are using ICMP only. So just we type ICMP and create this rule. So let's go to our VM. You can see this. You can see 178 as of now. Let's see how much it will increase. So you can see it has already stopped. We are not able to ping anymore the Google Web Server IP. If I try to ping once again, See, we are not able to ping. So this confirms the firewall rules are enforced. So let's go to our firewall hierarchical firewall policy, and we will create some new rules. I will add a new rule, and rule has a priority of 3000. As you know that we cannot have a same priority. You can give any priority, don't give it in range of thousands only, but it is helpful because we have so much of range available. So that multiply by 1000 will be helpful to remember also. So it is a egress rule, and we want to allow, and destination IP is 8./32. And what we want to allow? We want to allow only ICMP. So what do you think, whether it will allow or not? Please comment if you want to. Let's go and create this rule. Rule has been working fine. Let's see whether ping will work or not. You can see the ping has been started as soon as we have created the rule. You can see the rule is here. So this confirms that our firewall policy is working as expected. We want. Let's do some more demo. Try to do something else. This is for egress traffic. Let's try to do some ingress thing also. Or yeah, we can do that ingress also. Let's create what we can do. Let's create a new VM only, and I will install some. Let's see whether we have. I think I already have a startup script running on this VM. Let's try to see whether it is giving. Okay, so as you can see that I am able to see that Linux startup script all added directly. So what we will do, we will first block it from organization level and try to see whether we are able to open this or not. So let's go to policy, and we have already have a policy which is allowing this traffic. So we have to block this. So let's delete this specific rule. Okay, we have to go inside to delete this. So what we are doing, that this VM has already a startup script installed, which is giving this if we try to our ping our IP, Linux startup script already added directly. So we are going to block this from our organization level. So let's go to our firewall policy, create, we will add a new rule. So this rule can be anything, 4000. Description we can say block startup script. It is ingress traffic. We want to deny source range from any IP, and protocol we want only port 80. So now what will happen? We will not able to go to our port 80 in this specific VM in which our startup script has been installed. So let's create this. So the rule has been, I think, being on creating. Let's see whether it is working or not. You can see that it has been stopped working as soon as we have created this rule. See, we are not able to do anything. So for now, we will do one more thing. I will create a new instance in which I will install the same startup script, but I will do in some another VPC. So let's create instance 2. For before that, I need to check where it is my this is running. Let's go to our test VPC, and I have a subnet in Asia South 1. So let's create a VM in Asia South 1. Let's take it some small. We only need to run that. Okay, let's go to advanced option, go to networking, and we will just edit the VPC here. We want test VPC. Okay, it is working. Okay, let's put some file startup script also. I have already created a startup script. So page serve, it will tell us the VM IP from which the page has been serving. So let's create this. So my VM has been created, but I forgot to enable the port 80. That's the thing. So I have to enable port 80. So I will just edit it in my VM, and we can just enable the port 80 firewall rule. So if you go down, you will find this firewall rules. Basically, these one for port 80 and this is 443. Thus we have to save it. There is nothing configuration changes or something that will get a downtime. Just this is we can do it is a, without any issue. So we have done this. Our port 80 I have done enabled. So I want to know with from you what will happen if I try to access this IP, whether I will be able to see my page or not. Please comment if you are have seen the video this till this level. Let's see. So it is still not working. Can you comment why it is not working? We are even I have created another VPC also. The problem is that because of this my firewall policy, which has been applied to whole organization. So in that it will apply to all the VMs, all the folders, all the projects. So we have to make some changes inside that. So let's see whether we can edit this firewall policy or not. So we doesn't have any option to edit it. We only can add a description as of now. So let's go to association. So even if we want, we can just remove this association or we can add one more association. So we'll remove this association from my organization level. So I will click remove. It will remove the association. So let's see, once it will remove, we will first try to access our VM. So it has been removed. Now let's again go to our instance to public IPC. It VM now it is working. This is also working. All are started working. So as soon as I removed the firewall policy from my organization, everything is started working fine. You can see page set from instance 2. Now, so we have as of now just we have removed our association. So let's try to do something else. Let's go to firewall rules and you can see I have a deny firewall rule for port 80 and we will go inside this specific firewall rule and try to edit and see what we have the options we have. So you can see we have an option, still we have an option of target networks. So now let a target network here. We click on add network. We will select a project inside this. This is my first project. I will add it and it will give us two networks. So I have created my second instance in test network. So I will say OK and I will save this. So what do you think, it will work or not? As of now, I have only targeted specific networks, but still this policy has not been associated with anyone. We have not associated with my organization. We have already removed this. So let's try whether it will work or not. So you can see still I am able to, my page is serving from instance 2 and this page is also serving. So it confirms that if even we have a policy, if it doesn't associate with any node like folder or organization, it will has no effect. It is just that policy, it is there staying, but it doesn't do anything. So let's associate it this once again. So add, it is adding association. Let's wait for some time. So association has been added. Let's try. First we'll try this second VM IP. It is working fine. You can see we are able to. This is my instance 1 IP. Let's go with second. Whether it will work or not. Society is not working. So this confirms that my policy has been applied to specific network also. So if you want to block some specific network, you can do that also. Even if you want to target some specific service account, we have that option also. Even you want to put it to the whole organization, you have that option also. So we have seen all the options and go to next option. I will show in my next video when we create global and regional policy. So that will be helpful to show you and I will add more examples there. So let me know if you have any issues or want to know more or want anything else. Just comment it. I will try to solve. Thank you.